WRTR Real Talk Radio. Featured guest DJs. Original shows. Music news. The hottest DJs from around the world.
Well, what's going on, good people? And welcome to a new week here on WRTR Real Talk Radio. What to do, Miss Lyric?
Hey, y'all.
What's going on?
Not too much. Can't complain. Happy to be here.
Yep, and we're welcoming y'all back. Thank you again for listening. My name is Marcus Smoot.
And this is Miss Lyric Bravado.
Alrighty, so what's your vibe this week? How you feeling?
I was feeling really overwhelmed.
Okay.
But I am doing this thing where I am learning to just say no to people when they ask me to do stuff.
Isn't that strange that you have to relearn how to do that?
Yeah. Because I'm used to saying yes, yeah, sure, no problem, problem, I can do that. But no. Because I don't have enough time in the day to do what everybody wants me to do for them and what I need to do for myself. So
you know what? Not only no for you, but hell no. Okay. Damn it.
Exactly.
Oh, my vibe this week. I'm in a draggy type mood, so beware. But drag, it's that type of mood. Yeah,
I'm not mad about it.
It's just a lot of fuckery to go over this week. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just okay. So I purposefully tried to disconnect myself from so much news and just so much of what's going on because everything's a headline, everything's going on. And I disconnected for a few days. And then it is so funny, the part that I jumped back in is so much more fuckery that just, it is from week to week. It's just like from politics to entertainment. It's just something
Something always going on.
Yes, but see, it's fun when it's like hip-hoppy stuff that we've talked about and stuff, but golly, just the stuff that's so impactful. Like, I want to be able to kiki and have silly jokes about, people falling very hard.
Man.
But, outside of that, I still got to deal with the political aspect and all these choices and people that aren't me dictating what my life is going to be like. This is crazy and it's stressful. And on top of that, you got all these reports to do for school. How's that going?
I am passing by the grace of God. I'm getting hundreds and 97s and 95s and nothing but A's.
Word.
So I am very happy about that because I have been out of school for well over 20-something years now.
I know the feeling.
Trying to get back into the flow of things with that can be like a hard adjustment, especially if you already had a bit busy schedule like me. So the fact that I'm still able to pull this shit off with passing grades, I am proud of myself. I am amazed at the accomplishments so far. And hopefully I just keep up what I've been doing because so far so good. I'm excited about it. I can't complain.
You're going to tell the people what you're going for, or we're going to keep that on the low?
I am going for a degree of music business to help me in my career and for future reference because I don't want to sing for the rest of my life. I mean, eventually I'll be too old for it. My goal is to be able to have my own management company where I can invest in other artists and instill what I know for other artists in the future. I really do want to manage a girl group.
Right.
And that's been one of the things that I've been thinking about over the past 5 years, actually. But
anything in particular, kind of like pushed you towards it, or?
Just having the time. I mean, this whole surgery situation that I find myself in has been a blessing and a curse, if that makes sense, because now I have the downtime to be able to pursue things that I initially didn't have any time for, like going back to school and stuff like that. So we'll see how this goes, you know.
Right. All right, a little look into lyric. All right, so moving along, Black Facts.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, doke. You rubbing your eye? You all right? Allergies got you?
My allergies have been insane. This fucking seasonal change bullshit is fucking me up. Okay,
and
I've been waking up with my eyes all closed up, red, draining. It is not cool.
Right. And then it messed me up because I initially started doing all this sneezing and coughing and like even last week on the podcast, I kept having to like, clear my throat and stuff. I'm just like, what the heck is going on? I hope it ain't old Coco Roro, because she shows up at the most unopportune time.
Right. Well, I did go to the doctor because I've been dealing with this virus for like 2 weeks now, and I thought it was COVID, but I am flu free. I am COVID free. They said it's something going around. They don't know what it is, but for the past 2 weeks, I have been having low-grade fevers, waking up with chills, sweating, headaches, all types of stuff, body aches and stuff. And literally before the show that I had this past Sunday, I went to patient first that same day, and they had to give me like a shot in my ass for my body aches, because it hurt to like move around. And I'm on steroids right now. I'm on prednisone right now to help with symptoms. So yeah, I've been having a go of it these past couple weeks. Like, this is not a game. Plus allergies too.
Okay. Well, I was trying to do the ladies first thing, but if you need a moment, I can go first.
You know what? Let me not. I'm gonna go first. Because did you know DAP, Giving DAP, was created by who? Blacks. Black soldiers during the Vietnam War. DAP is an acronym, actually, and not a lot of people know this. It stands for Dignity and Pride and is a gesture of greeting and solidarity. DAP was a combination of hand and body gestures used as a non-verbal form of communication. It can range from simple actions like tapping fists and shaking hands to intricate sequences involving dozens of hand movements, often ending with slapping chest. During the war, DAP became a non-verbal way for Black soldiers to show unity and support for one another in the face of racial discrimination and the dangers of combat.
Nice.
Bet y'all didn't know that.
Bet they didn't. It was also DAP. I'm trying to think if DAP was like a wave cream back when I had hair. Like back in the 20s and stuff. I'm trying to think because I had waves and then was the shit called DAP? I don't know.
I don't remember nothing called DAP.
You don't?
Have to Google it. It might be though. I don't know.
All right. Well, keeping in that positive energy, we got to talk about Jalen Smith, the youngest mayor in the game right now. Straight out of shit, what the fuck is up with my voice today? Straight out of Earl, Arkansas, this 18-year-old powerhouse made history when he was elected back in November 2022, proving that age is just a number when it comes to leadership. While still fresh out of high school, Jalen is all about engaging his community, pushing for economic development, and showing our youth that their voices matter in politics. He's got that fire to uplift his city and basically inspired the next generation to step up and take charge. I read this article and was overwhelmed because I'm like, wow, 18? It's already a thing of me. Like, I follow these all these like Black prosperous publications now online. So some of the first things that I see in the morning are all these amazing Black kids that are continuing to do things and push the envelope and get better. And it's just like to watch it, and it's just like, wow. And then I saw this 18-year-old mayor. and a black mayor on top of that. Whew.
Yeah. Love to see it.
Yeah.
Need more of us in those.
Oh, look at you. Mm-hmm. We both all fucked up today.
I'm so sorry to all the listeners, man. We trying to push through everything, sickness included.
It is a lot. But I'm definitely gonna have to check out what they're doing over in Earl, Arkansas, because that brother, it seems really dope. Because I don't know what this Baltimore mayor is doing, but that's a different topic. Moving on. You want to segue here, and then we bring up If It Were Lyric up next?
Absolutely.
We'll be back and we'll get it together.
I want to check in on my Haitian followers real quick. Because as a Black American, I don't find the dehumanization of minority groups to be funny. Trump going on national TV to tell Americans that Haitian immigrants are eating their pets is terroristic. It is done for the purpose of A, making us view them as subhuman, B, making us distrust them, and C, inviting violence against them, violence that is already unfolding, by the way. I'm from Ohio, and it's actually happening. No, it's not, boo-boo the fool. You've fallen for racist propaganda. Haitian people are not visibly distinguishable from other Black people. Illegal Haitian immigrants are not visibly distinguishable from Haitian Americans. So for all the people that are allegedly eating cats and dogs, please explain to me how you can tell that they are Haitian immigrants specifically, especially when there are no police reports to be found about these incidents. There is one body cam video being circulated as proof. That is of a woman who was alleged to have consumed a cat. That woman was American and going through psychosis. Y'all haven't noticed that the government keeps giving you imaginary adversaries so you don't realize that they're the real ones? We have been conditioned to view immigrants as interlopers, as outsiders, as people that we have to battle for safety and resources. We're told to believe that if we simply keep these people out, that all of our problems as American citizens will simply go away. Meanwhile, the U.S. is one of the countries that drained Haiti of its resources and its money, making it economically unstable, which drives a lot of them to come here in the first place. You're worried about immigrants stealing your jobs? Baby, that job doesn't even pay you enough to thrive in the country that you were born in. You're worried about being endangered by immigrants while being scared to send your children to school because of domestic terrorism by the same demographic that is asking you to be scared of immigrants. They're getting all this government assistance while Americans starve. There is more than enough money to provide for American citizens, to shelter the homeless, to raise minimum wage, to pay for health care. But instead, our government invests billions in the cops that shoot us in our homes and the weapons that are used to commit genocide. And while y'all battle displaced people for crumbs, the politicians eat well, baby, and I ain't talking about no fucking pets.
Maybe not what you should do, but definitely she would. If it were lyric.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Lyric, and I'm back with my segment, If It Were Lyric, where I give my 2 cents about all of your relationship, situationship, and everything in between advice. So if you guys want to continue sending me your advice questions, please send them to my Gmail at lyricbravado@gmail.com. And you can also feel free to send me a DM on my Facebook, on my Instagram, my TikTok, or even my Snapchat. No,
all right.
Do it. All right. The first one I have is from, how do you pronounce your name? Laura Lane. All right, Miss Laura Lane. I never heard of that name. That's different.
She sounds like a senior citizen.
Laura Lane. Laura Lane.
Miss Laura Lane, can you take these greens up to Miss Laura Lane, baby?
Don't do her.
Word.
All right. She says, Dear Lyric, why does my boyfriend hate me no matter what I do?
Okay. Laura Lane is definitely not a village elder.
When I ask him for kisses or affection, he will kiss me once and say things like, okay, enough already. I'm not kissing you anymore. Or stop begging for it already. He only has sex with me while I'm already asleep. And then he wants me to just go back to sleep after.
Already asleep? What? That sounds like rape.
That sounds a little...
Surprise sex. What the hell?
Yeah. His friends' girlfriends don't really seem to like me. So he says, I ruined all his personal relationships when I've done nothing but be myself. He hasn't had a job for over a year, and he currently is staying with me rent-free after his mom kicked him out. I feed him and pay his rent and our outings. Up until recently, I would pay for our weed, but I don't have the money for it anymore, which upsets him. He has tried choking me before. I guess I just want to know, why is he staying with me if he doesn't like me?
Now you see what I be saying about, I think people be trolling us. You know what I'm saying? Because this can't be real. No, what?
And if I should just ask him to leave. Whenever I do, he gets upset and asks to stay, but it doesn't seem like he wants to. Help me, Lyric. What should I do? Girl, if you don't get that homosexual out your damn house.
What the hell?
Because that's exactly what's going on.
I feed him and pay his rent. I almost turned the computer
I buy
over.
him his weed. Girl. Get that homosexual out your damn house, because he is using you. Absolutely. He does not like you. He is using you for his own personal gain. No, there is no relationship. He don't even want to kiss you, and he barely wants to touch you unless you're asleep.
Wow.
Are you not seeing the multiple red flags here? Girl, get that man out of your house and move on so you can be with somebody who appreciates you and actually wants to touch you while you're awake. This is not okay.
Good morning.
Okay.
And in the morning, bro, just imagine a nigga rolling over in the morning on you, like hot ass breath on your neck, talking about "Good morning, lovely," or "Good morning, beautiful," and he just crammed. I hate it.
I can't even say that he's a roommate with benefits because you're paying all the damn bills. You're providing everything, so that baby, he's not even your roommate at this point.
Wow.
No. He's not into you, girl. It seems very forced, and at this point, you're in a one-sided relationship by your motherfucking self. So since you already there, do it without his presence and move on.
It'd be cheaper on the food bill alone.
And you can smoke and eat and drink for all you want.
Work out, do your thing,
and still have money left over to do whatever you want. And not have to worry about a able-bodied person mooching off of you. Girl, please. Kick his ass out. That's what I would do. Period.
Okay. Well, this one says, "Hey, Lyric, I've been thinking about..." I'm sorry. That got me. Like, what? You did what for him? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm sorry. Let's spread joy to another. All right. Hey, Lyric. I've been thinking about a heated discussion I had with my boyfriend regarding the whole Diddy situation. So I pulled this letter because this morning when I woke up, this was the first letter in there, and it said, subject line, Diddy fucked up my relationship. So that's
okay.
All right. With the recent news about his arrest and those shocking allegations surrounding him, it got me to wondering, how do we separate the art from the artist, especially when the artist is facing serious charges like sex trafficking? My boyfriend still jams to Diddy's tracks and argues that his music is separate from his personal life. But I can't help but feel like supporting someone who's allegedly involved in such dark stuff is just wrong. If it were me, I'd have to reevaluate our relationship. I'm sorry. If it were me, I'd have to reevaluate our relationship. So I wanted to ask you all, what would you do in this situation? Would you break up with your partner for continuing to support someone like Diddy, knowing what he's going through? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this because it's a tough call. Keep doing what you do. Best, Mia.
Is this a serious question? I mean, to break up with your man because he still wants to listen to an artist that doesn't that does fuckery.
People are passionate about stuff, and I kind of understand it.
I mean, I understand it to a certain degree, but breaking up, like, if that's the only thing there's no other, like, red flags, and that's the only thing. I mean, if that's a deal breaker for you, then by all means. I mean, for me, buy that motherfucker some headphones. That is the only thing. I mean, because I just, for me, that's not a good enough reason to break up with someone, especially if you already have a foundation of a good relationship. You can have different views. Let that person listen to whoever the fuck they want to, and just like you can listen to whoever you want to. Now, me, I'm not listening to no R. Kelly Stepping in the Name of Love, 12 Day, all of that stuff. But if my partner wants to listen to it, that's their business. I just don't have to be around it and subject myself to the fuckery and foolishness. Just like you don't have to. Buy him some headphones. Now, if he wants to blare it in the house, hey, we're going to have to compromise on that shit, because you already know how I feel about that shit. Listen to that shit on your own time. Don't subject me to the fuckery. That's when I have a problem. You know what I'm saying? But no, I mean, come on now. I mean, I guess different strokes for different folks, but for me, I wouldn't be breaking up with my dude, especially if we had a solid foundation and a good relationship over that. No, don't let Diddy's ass fuck up y'all relationship. He's fucking shit. And we about to talk about his ass. Coming up. So don't you worry.
Okay.
But that's what I would do. Buy that motherfucker some headphones and continue on your merry way. Minding.
But that's why I had to choose that letter, because I was like, woo, Diddy out here ending relationships too? Damn, that's
the only time Diddy should be ending a relationship if Diddy diddle-daddled on your partner while y'all was together. Other than that, child, that's entertainment.
Did you say Diddy daddle?
Diddy down your partner.
Diddy daddle.
The diddler. The diddler, if you will.
The internet.
Yeah, that's the only time. Like, if Diddy and your partner did some wild stuff, then hey, you know what I'm saying? But we're talking about news, which has nothing to do with you. As a matter of fact, I feel more sorry for his kids than anything else. You talking about you want to break up with your man because he want to listen to it. What about his kids that got to deal with their daddy diddling people and sex trafficking them? Let's come on now.
Okay.
Let's put things in perspective and not think that it's all about you. You and your relationship and how it relates. No. No. Girl, buy him some headphones, like I said. And that is that. And you guys can continue sending me your advice questions at my Gmail at lakeprovider@gmail.com or DM me on all my social media platforms.
All right, we're going to troll the timeline. Up next, we got to come up with a name for that.
Can't wait, too. I got a lot to talk about.
Yep.
So, you know, I'm out with my nieces and shit, and we're doing some little shopping. Now, you know how you go to another store, and it might be something in that store that triggered the alarm in the next store that you go into, but it didn't trigger the alarm in the store that we just came the fuck out of. But we go into another store, and that bitch get the beep, 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 beep. So that's what happened. So we walking out the store. My nieces are walking ahead of me. I'm back because I'm still looking at some shit, but they walk out the door. Beep, 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 beep. So the manager and the fucking security get to running out of my niece. And then I noticed the manager, she got them big, pretty white cartoon teeth in her motherfucking mouth. So she just can't stop smiling. She just walking over and shit, looking like the motherfucking mask. Let me show you something. Can't stop fucking smiling. Young as shit, look like she got plastic fucking surgery. Face just pulled back tight, bitch, like a thong. So anyway, they goes over there. And I heard that bitch. She said out her motherfucking mouth, bitch, okay, yeah. They got something. That's what the fuck she said, bitch. That's what the fuck the Joker said. So I'm just looking at her. Because my niece ain't stealing, especially not with me, because they know I'll fuck them up. So anyway, I'm just looking. So I said, okay, enough. Because everybody started looking at my nieces and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want them to be humiliated. So I walked over there. And I said, how y'all doing? So she looked at me. She said, are you in charge of the girls? I said, I am in charge of the girls. Are you in charge of the girls? I am in charge of the girls. Then bitch said, well, something going on because the alarm went off. I said, are you accusing me of stealing? I ain't accusing. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And if you want to take up for quick in here, we all can be some fighting motherfuckers out here tonight. See, I lost it, bitch. My mind just turned into Harlem Nights. I lost it. They looking at me like, fuck wrong with him? You're mad as shit. They looking at me crazy as shit. I said, ma'am, ain't nothing in that bag. If you pull out everything in that fucking bag and you don't find nothing in that bag that belong to this store with a sensor on it, bitch, you gonna give me some free shit in here tonight? Here she go. Who the fuck are you smiling at? I'm serious. Who the fuck you smiling at? Bitch got the teeth of donkey from Shrek. Bitch, I'm serious. Okay? All in somebody's face and shit. Breath smell like a dead deer. Back the fuck up. I said, ain't nothing in that bag, ma'am. She said, okay, we just have to check. That's the procedure. That's the procedure. I said, okay, that's the fucking procedure. Let them walk again. Walk through the thing. So they walk through the thing. Ain't nothing go on. So the security guard got a little closer to the alarm thing and it went off. Oh, so they profiling up in here. So he must have seen them walk through and he must have put his little thing like Martin did at the shoe store. Y'all remember that episode? Like Martin did at the shoe store. Put the little sensor while they was walking through because he wanted to check their bag anyway. You bored as shit at work. You bored as shit. You know what? Fuck that. Where's my mace?
Time to troll.
All right, Blacks, we back now. Oh, it's time to troll the timeline. Why are you already falling out?
Because I can't wait. I've been waiting.
Go ahead. Start it off. Kick it off. Kick it off.
Talk about the diddler.
Sure.
Yes, because he thought he was going to get away with rape. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your lube, because apparently he was, the FBI ran up in that crib and found 1,000 bottles of lube in his house.
Okay.
What you doing with all that lube, Diddy? Inquiring minds want to know.
Do they? I kind of want to know more about the sex trafficking and all of that stuff. Yeah. I'm less concerned with what he was doing with a whole bunch of lube, because the headlines are as follows. Diddy has been arrested and taken into federal custody in New York. Now, it says Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested and taken into federal custody in New York following a series of serious allegations. Here's a summary of the developing situation. Arrest details. Now, this is the breakdown for all of y'all that have been everywhere else and got all this information from everywhere else. I pulled from multiple sources. So here we are. Lyric, you just seen you dancing at everything.
Take that.
Oh my God. Okay. Arrest details. Diddy was arrested on Monday and is facing sealed federal criminal charges. While the specific charges have not been yet disclosed, they stem from multiple sexual assault allegations made against him by several women in recent months. His lawyer has publicly denied these allegations, describing the prosecution as unjust and claiming that the accusations are meritless, largely arising from civil lawsuits filed against him. The federal investigation began in March when agents conducted raids on Diddy's home in Los Angeles and Miami, indicating a serious inquiry into the allegations against him, which flies into the face of what the lawyer is saying. Lawyer's saying meritless. Hello, knock.
We got all this damn evidence. First of all, FBI ain't moving on shit unless they got a whole bunch of evidence to fry your ass.
Not coming out the house unless
Please.
And then talking about meritless and all of it, like even months ago, when this shit was first going down and his dumbass lawyer got on the news and was sitting there talking stupid to all of us. I'm just like, you do understand that, like, they are not coming unless they know. And then they're not going to sit there and give you heads up like, hey, Daddy, guess what? We'll be over there around like 2:00. They're not doing any of that. All right. This arrest makes a significant shift in Diddy's public and professional life. Once a dominant figure in the music industry during the 1990s, recent allegations, including a leaked video involving his former girlfriend Cassie, have severely impacted his image and business ventures, leading to the loss of sponsorships and partnerships. Again, I say, we saw all this playing out over the years. Was I the only person watching Making the Band? Couldn't have been. Because we saw this type of behavior.
I mean, I guess so, but people choose to see what they want to see at the end of the day.
A lot of Trump supporters tell you.
You know it. A lot of the people that surrounded him chose to turn a blind eye to the fuckery and foolishness that he was doing. I don't know if it was out of fear. I don't know if it was because of they wanted to make sure they had job security. I don't know what it was, but all y'all should be just as guilty as he is, because you sat there and witnessed it and you didn't speak out about it. You didn't say anything. You let all of this stuff happen to these women. You're just as guilty as he is, as far as I'm concerned.
Who was it? Shit, it's on the tip of my tongue, but who was it that said, who got up there and was like, if I'm going down, everybody's going down? And like, it was about Tory Lanez and shit.
Ooh, I don't remember that.
But it was somebody that said, I don't know. Anyways, I was just trying to make the point that these rapists roll together. They do. A lot of them do. And a lot of them realize that that's why they talk about the industry the way that they talk about it. Because you have things like this that take place on a norm.
Yeah.
Next steps. They really are. Next steps. The indictment against Diddy is expected to be unsealed soon, which will provide more clarity on the specific charges he faces. The situation continues to develop, and many are awaiting further details as the legal processes unfold. Now, I pulled this before
they denied that bomb.
Exactly.
I said access denied.
Wow. I bet. Okay, so all the stuff that his lawyer said, because you know his lawyer's out there parading around talking about, oh yeah, he knew this was coming, this, that, and the third, trying to be like, whatever, we don't care. I wonder if he knew this. Did you see this?
Did you know?
Call her now. Did you call her now? Did you find out? Like, what happened?
Yep, they denied his $50 million bond. Him and all his kids had to turn in their passports. And the judge said, oh no, you're not going nowhere. You're going to stay until your trial. In jail. Underneath the jail.
Wow. I mean, and here's another thing. Well, you know what? I'm going to save that for the end of the show because I wanted to. You know what? No, this is the perfect time to bring this up. Because, I don't know. Do we want to run this segment a little bit long?
Okay.
All right. Because this person posted. And this is a person, I'm not going to say what his name is because I do respect him as an artist. But he's like one of the independent artists that came to my show long time ago. Long time ago when we were still in District Heights doing indie shit. So I'm not gonna this isn't me dragging him personally, but he said this and it rubbed me the wrong way because I see so many other people adopting this kind of mentality. So he says, yes, what Diddy is accused of and has done is foul as fuck. But what the average person doesn't do is think beyond what's on the surface. They have data and proof that the black community will tear each other down first and foremost and look no further and will ask no questions. We just destroy and leave rubble behind to search for the next person/thing to tear down for our own entertainment. If you think for a second the reason all of this is solely because people are coming forward with the allegations or a plan worked to perfection, Diddy isn't the big fish. The big fish is who's behind this. The big fish is whom Diddy has on those tapes. The big fish has relationships with agencies Diddy would never have access to. This post isn't to absolve him of any wrongdoing. It's just a simple reminder that the people who are most guilty will never be scrutinized publicly or see their day in court/prison because we don't even think to pressure them to the forefront like we do on our own ever. They get to sit behind the scenes and continue what they've been doing for decades. Diddy is just the fall guy, the decoy, the diversion, the example. We've okayed public lynching metaphorically, and they've obliged. Don't let that go over your heads.
Ciao, bye. First of all, let's not start doing that. Everybody needs to take accountability. I don't care if you're black, white, Puerto Rican, purple, green, whatever. It doesn't matter because that's what it sounds like they're getting at. The white man can get away with all of this stuff and we always want to crucify the black man. Look, right is right and wrong is wrong at the end of the day. I don't care what cultural background you come from. It doesn't matter. If he did the crime, that nigga need to do the time, period. And that goes for any and everybody who wants to do treacherous shit that he's done over the years. He's done a countless amount of fuckery to people. He's destroyed people's careers. You know what I'm saying? He's blackmailed people. Mm-hmm. He's done so much. Like, why do you all always do that? I'm so sorry that it just so happens to be a black man this time. But guess what? That black man was cruddy for years and years and was allowed to get away with it. I don't understand that. What do y'all want us to do? Like, It is what it is.
It really is.
I felt the same way when what's that dude's name who with the flight log with that whole situation?
Oh, Epstein.
Yeah, I felt the same way with him. So what are you talking about?
Yep.
No, the time is done for all of these people who are sex trafficking these young children.
All of them
who are abusing these women.
Yes,
the time is done for all of them. All Hollywood, all the music industry. Like, enough is enough. People are tired. We know that they're not just rumors.
We do.
And what's gone on in the dark is now coming to light. And y'all mad that it's y'all fave. Oh, fucking wow.
That brings me to the next topic. Boosie. He says that he disagrees with Diddy's charges also.
Fuck him.
And also, water is wet. Because Boosie out here saying he disagrees with Diddy's charges, basically saying that people are trying to take him down. But let's be real on this, okay? So this is coming from somebody like Boosie, who has had his own fair share of controversies and legal issues. I mean, damn. Sorry, my allergies again. This is the same dude that's been in trouble for everything from gun charges to making some petty, questionable comments about gays. This is like, you can't be out here defending Diddy while your own life looks like a hot mess. Boosie has always been quick to call out others, but he's got his own skeletons in the closet. Remember when he got locked up for that murder charge? Or when he was caught up with that whole situation, getting involved with minors? Remember that? He's been a walking contradiction also. acting like he got the moral high ground when he been in the game throwing shade left and right.
First of all, who's taking any advice or listening to a motherfucker who literally said, and you can look this up, in an interview, that he let his 13-year-old child
get molested by that woman.
Sexual relations with a grown woman.
Sure did.
To ensure that they wouldn't be gay.
Because that
Who's listening to this nigga? I'm not.
A lot of people are. It's a lot of people listening to Donald Trump. That's why you got people in Springfield going through hardships.
Listen.
I'll talk about that on All the Caucasity. But better yet, I got something else about All the Caucasity. We can get into that, but it's a lot. But Boosie, of all people, trying to play the role of the wise guy, but he's been out here making the foolish moves himself. If there's anybody that should understand the complexity of all these situations, it's Boosie's ass. But instead, he just adding to the noise. It's hard to take his opinions, all of it, serious.
I'm not taking it serious.
Hypocrite.
He is an entertainer. You entertain me with your opinions, and that's about it.
Right, here's this for a segue. Entertainer. Angelica Ross speaks out against Empire star Yaz and predatory older gay men. So did you hear about this?
No.
So, Brashear, who is known, he played on Empire. Long story. Okay, so let me read this. Trans activist and actress Angelica Ross is voicing her concerns about former Empire star Brashear Yaz Gray, his explicit online behavior, particularly after he launched an OnlyFans account and began posting gay baiting content. You haven't seen the gay bait?
No.
Oh, it's been on his have you looked at his Twitter?
No.
Oh.
You got to tell me.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you that off. I'll tell you that afterwards.
Okay.
But anyways, so she highlights the need for support rather than exploitation, expressing her disappointment in the community that enables such actions. She emphasizes her frustration with older gay men preying on younger individuals, comparing it to the behavior of cisgender heterosexual men towards young women, and calls for mentorship instead of sexualization.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I'll only say that while she's out here talking about how Yaz needs like support instead of exploitation, isn't she doing the exact opposite by calling him out publicly?
Yes.
Like, girl, what? It feels like
meat cattle.
It feels like she's judging him without really even knowing what he's dealing with, which just it adds to the shame and the stigma around people trying to express themselves and make money online.
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep it real also. So Angelica, her ass has bought her own platform partly through provocative discussions and content. So it's kind of wild for her to throw shade at Yaz for doing something similar. Instead of pushing for understanding, maybe, you might be reinforcing the idea that exploring your sexuality is something to be ashamed of. Knock, knock. It's for you, girl.
Get the door.
It's right there. Your DoorDash is here, bitch. What's happening?
Child, these people are wild and crazy.
And also, before we close that out, let's remember, everybody's journey looks different. And sometimes that means trying to hustle in ways that others might not understand. Just, keep that shit in mind. It's hard out here, and everybody's not going to have a 9-to-5 government job to make ends meet.
True.
And the world is showing you right here in your face, they don't give a shit about you.
Sure don't.
So all this heat that y'all giving the people that want the sex workers and all this other stuff, people just out here trying to make a buck. I know we joke about OnlyFans and stuff like that, but it's hard out here.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody is showing hold for money. Do it. Work.
Speaking
so if you got a gay bait, do that. Throw a little hole and pay the motherfucking rent.
And speaking of journeys, unfortunately, another icon's journey has come to an end with Tito Jackson passing away at the age of 70.
Aww.
Yep.
70 is young, though. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, it's not young. Ain't no spring chicken, but it's not, let's
It's not
call the next
old.
again,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Did they say what it was? Did they say what the cause?
Yeah. So apparently he had a heart attack
Aww.
while he was driving. And
Jesus.
that's what I said. I'm like,
That's some Final Destination type shit. Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, so rest in peace to him. And while we're speaking of the now dearly departed, New Orleans showed up and showed out for Frankie Beverly. So they took to the streets of New Orleans.
It was a black ass time.
And had a time, baby, a time. Okay, a time was had. So what they did was had a second line, and for those who don't know, it is a celebration of life, where people in the streets have basically a parade. Now what they did was they had a glass casket of white and gold with a cardboard cutout.
Listen,
Of Frankie Beverly.
when I saw that, I thought somebody was playing with AI. I was like, y'all play too much.
No.
And that shit was real.
It definitely was real. But they paraded around the streets with this cardboard cutout, singing, dancing, having a time in celebration of his life.
I know that's
And
right.
as you all know, he died at the age of 77. And everybody is devastated, but it's a celebration to be had because he left us with many memories. Everybody's still going to be playing his songs at the good old cookouts.
Wow. I'll tell you this.
That was
This
iconic.
I keep getting these invites to all white parties and whiteouts for Frankie Beverly and stuff like that. So, all right. Did you want to talk about Ice Spice?
Who? Oh yeah, Ice Spice. So Ice Spice is in the news now because apparently she's losing followers like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Within a month, she has lost over 509,000 followers. Just this week alone, her followers dropped 8,000. So her fans are not fanning anymore. I don't know if it's because of all of the public arguments with people that she's had recently. Just so recently, she had got into it with her former best friend. I guess they had a falling out over who took each other's style and who put who on and this, that, and the third. She took the girl on tour with her and she was supposed to pay her and she never paid her. As a matter of fact, she made the girl pay for her own room and board and food after inviting her to come along to her tour. It was a mess. So the girls got into an argument, and then since then, everybody is just not rocking with Ice Spice at all.
I mean, let's talk about her political visibility.
And the fact that she's dropped so much weight, she don't even look like herself anymore.
Nope.
She don't have no ass. She just skin, and the best friend said she need to, while she worried about her, she need to get off that Ozempic. Child, they was going for each other's throats.
And from just the perspective that I tend to look at her political visibility or the lack thereof, hello, knock knock, again, it's for you, girl. Remember when she was seen as like a voice for empowerment, like especially for like young women? You remember that? now it feels like she's like ghosting all those important conversations instead of using her platform to maybe uplift others, tackle social issues. Now she's all about the glam and the gossip. She's been out here doing TikTok dances and hanging out with celebrities instead of speaking on issues that matter.
Taking pictures with Madonna at the award show. Girl, nobody cares about that. If you don't have anything to say, people are going to be like, okay, you're one trick pony. We're moving on to the next. And that's what's happening with her, apparently.
She started strong. She did. She started strong. She repped for her community. She was making waves. But now she seems, I don't know, she caught up in the fame game, I guess.
Yeah.
And
that's what happens.
That shit, you said it fell how fast, how long?
Over a month.
Jeez,
she lost 500,000 followers.
Whew. Fans are looking for realness. And right now, I don't know that she has that spark that she used to have.
Nope. Oh well.
Anything else on here that we care about to talk?
Not really.
It is. I mean, it's been a week, but
are we going to talk about the second assassination attempt on Trump?
Do I have that? Let's see.
Child, guess what?
Okay.
While you look, my child again had to inform me of this happening. I was dead asleep, and I get a text from my son, and he goes, "Ma," I'm like, "Huh?" He goes, "Someone tried to kill Trump again." So this is the second time. He said, from what I heard, the guy had a whole an AK, and had the aim of a stormtrooper. I said, I'm gonna have to look that up. He said, at this point, somebody needs to send a street affiliate to do the job.
Listen. Okay.
What?
No. My question.
How you failed twice?
No, it's actually okay. So just working, if you're a woman, so you wouldn't know, but if you go to a urinal, you see why. But anyway, just like full circle. It's just looking at. Have you heard the recent, like, how it's unfolded? Apparently now the guy, he never really aimed, but he had a whole bunch of guns in the bush, but he never actually took a shot. Like, a shot was actually never fired. That's what the FBI is saying.
Ciao.
Yeah. So
now you're going to jail for who knows how long. Sometimes I really be thinking, like, he was a movie star. He was also a reality star.
Oh, you're talking about Trump.
He starred in movies. Why does this just give payoff to me?
It gives influencers what it gives. I mean, you sitting there, you got allegedly people shooting at you, and you sitting there while the Secret Service is sitting there, football piling on you. You reaching up to throw your fist in the air for the perfect social media moment. That's more influencer like. That seemed like some photography shit that they would put on the front of a newspaper that wasn't like, I feel like it just all feels very Tubi movie to me.
It does. And that's what I mean. I'm like, I don't know about all of this. Why it's 2 assassinations? You're not even the president anymore. Nobody has even gone at Obama that fucking hard. Why? And it just so happens to be election year. Like, it just, I don't know.
Did you see Elon's goofy ass talk about nobody's trying to assassinate Biden or Kamala? And I'm like, what? That's what you said. That's what you thought to tweet.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh.
But in my mind, on the flip side, I'm thinking that too. I'm like, how is all of these assassination attempts just focused on your motherfucking ass? It just don't look.
It's very Tubi movie.
It's very suspicious. It's magically suspicious. Okay,
it's very Tubi movie. Very Tubi.
I don't know.
I hated it. Hated it. All right, so I guess that is this week. We trolling the timeline. Up next, my segment, Oh, the Caucasity. And, well, y'all just acting Caucasian yet again. I don't talk about it.
So I got some disturbing details about this mysterious hanging of a young black truck driver in North Carolina. And I'm trying to stay as calm as possible, but I'm going to say this, and I want everyone in this country to understand one thing. If we don't clean house on this one, this is terrible for our country. First thing, the truck driver that they're saying went to Walmart, indeed did go to Walmart to deliver his load. Okay? He delivered a load with he's a truck driver. Before he delivered that load, or on his way into town, he was pulled over by the police department. Okay? Now, so let's get the part where he walked into a store and bought a rope and he strung himself up out of here. The police department. He had a run-in with the law. And the part that's angering me right now is I'm getting word, and I hope this is not true, is that in that police department are members of the Triple K. Now, this is unacceptable in America in 2024 to knowingly have members of the Triple K in the police department. So it's not what do you call it? This could happen. He runs in with the law. The law doesn't like the way the interaction went. They find him at a truck stop and allegedly, this is my thoughts, allegedly staged this. If what I'm hearing is true, that in that police department and the FBI, whoever's on it, you guys better get to the bottom of this very, very quickly. If the Triple K is in there, we got a problem. I'm out.
Marcus has your glimpse into a world without seasoning.
It's wild how folks are out here losing their minds about Jay-Z picking Kendrick for the Super Bowl. Like, really? The same people who are mad that one's riding with Drake. You can't tell me that ain't strange. All the people that are upset about this whole Jay-Z thing, they tend to roll in the same circle. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me that ain't a straight up contradiction. Kendrick drops the bars, calling out fake friends and the superficiality of the game. And these same fans are still rocking with Drake, who's been living that same lifestyle Kendrick was calling. The same one. And let's keep it 100. Kendrick's music is all about staying true, calling out the fakes, and sharing and shedding a light on the struggles of real life. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Drake's been out here flexing with his lavish parties, his celebrity collab. And it's like, do y'all not see the mirror? It's right there. The lives these fans are living, the values they seem to support, they're exactly what Kendrick was talking about earlier in the year. It's almost like they want you to ignore the message just because Drake drops a catchy hook. Yeah. Now here's where it gets deeper for me. This whole situation reflects that crabs in a barrel mentality. Instead of supporting each other, it's like we're too busy pulling each other down. You got rich black folks who see other successful black artists breaking through, and instead of celebrating, it's like their jealousy is creeping in. Like they're trying to mimic that slave master mentality that they see in wealthy whites. You can see what I'm saying a little bit?
I sure can.
They see Kendrick getting that spotlight and it stings, especially when he's not playing the same game like Drake is. Instead of uplifting each other, it's like they tear each other apart, stuck in that cycle of envy and competition. And this is the stuff that I'm talking about.
Crabs in a barrel.
Yes. this is the stuff that we should be pulling out, not them old conspiracy theories. Like, it's like we'll see the forest, and then you got some people that'll see the trees. Then you got some people that see forest and the trees, and then you got other niggas like that one that'll see Bigfoot. So I don't know. Either way, it's all weird. That pissed me off this week. What else? Yeah, that's about it. Second half of the show coming up. We'll be right back.
You know what's crazy? You never see black men come up here asking why black men date white women, Neanderthals and all. But anywho, you're trying to blame the white man for putting the black man in the position of allowing the white man to disparage the black woman? Again, you show how weak you are. The only reason why that white man was comfortable disparaging black women in front of black men because they are the apex. That's why. Y'all won't do shit. You haven't done shit. That's why. Now, as far as black women dating white men, aren't you the motherfuckers that come online all the time talking about snow bunnies, passport bros? Y'all are going to different countries, finding yourselves other women because black women are just too masculine and blah, blah, motherfucking blah. Statistically, black women tend to date black men. But because of the last 10 years of all this dumb caca that has been coming out of y'all mouths, black women are divesting. For some reason in your tiny little minds, y'all think that only black men will date black women. Oops! You're not really mad that black women are dating white men. That's not why you're upset, because you understand social currency. See, when a black woman dates a white man, her social currency changes. Because the white man is the apex. The white man by himself can do whatever the fuck he wants when it comes to social currency. But when a white man dates a black woman, his social currency doesn't go down. No, he's still the apex. Her social currency goes up, the black woman. Whereas when black men date white women, their social currency doesn't go up. It remains the same, and white women's social currency goes down. See, the problem you're having is that you're not upgrading when you're dating a white woman. And because black women are upgrading when they date a white man because of the social construct of race in America, it tickles your booty. But how about you go talk to all the black men that have been dating white women all over this country and disparaging black women in the process? You go to them and ask them why they're dating Neanderthals. Fuck out of here.
Take us to work. Take us on the go. Take us wherever you go. WRTR Real Talk Radio.
Alrighty, welcome to the second half of the show here on WRTR Real Talk Radio. So we got a letter from a listener in support of the show, and I sent it to you. Did you want to read it, or do you want me to? I got it right here. Okay. It says, question for the show. First off, I'm new to the show and loving it. It nourishes my soul and gives me life and my life external. My favorite podcast, reminiscent of The Read by Kid Fury. Shout outs to them, by the way. Now that I've kissed y'all's asses with Sir Mix-a-Lot love of big backs, here's the question. From my perspective, you two are brilliant and entertaining, independent, creative professionals. I personally know the rewards of obstacles. For me and all the others out here doing their thing, what keeps you both going? Thanks in advance with infinite love from the little black boy from the west side of Chicago, Chi-Town, not Chi-Ro, Eddie P.
Oh, this is so nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to read nice things. Since I was all mean in the earlier part of the show. So,
what gets me going?
Yeah, what keeps you both going? So I know for me, it's energy. As far as podcasting goes, it's just the energy. It's the tenure. Seeing these stories unfold and develop more. Nothing makes me cackle even harder than like getting my Facebook memories of shit I said like 10 years ago still playing out to this day. And I'll be like, y'all still doing the same bullshit And it's just, I don't know. It's the nostalgia. It's the fun. It's just being able to relate. Like, social media has opened up so many avenues for us to see how many shared experiences that we have that keep us connected as Blacks.
Yeah.
Like, Black people have a universal sense of humor that you can always tap into simply off of being Black, and even celebrated and often tried to be mimicked by other cultures.
Facts.
So
Facts.
That is one of the things that keeps me going, Eddie. Thank you for that.
Let's see what keeps me going. It's definitely the fun. Getting on here. Well, we try to every week, but you know, life be life sometimes. But when we are able to get our shit together and get on here, this is kind of like my get high, honestly. This is my getaway. This is a time that I'm just having a conversation with my friends, you know, all the listeners, my bestie here, you know. This is my me time, and that's what keeps me going. It's something that I need. It's a self-care moment for me. I like to be able to be that one who provides not only advice for my friends who I know personally, but my friends out here who are listening to me and sending me your advice questions and things like that. It brings me joy to know that I'm able and have helped some of you in your relationships, your friendships, and your situationships. So that's what keeps me going, just to know that I might not think that I am a big deal to many, but the few that I impact, it's a wonderful thing to know that I have affected you positively, and that you look forward to what I have to say and my point of view, and you find us hilarious as fuck. So
Aww.
You guys are what keeps me going.
Aww. Oh, well, I wish I had something heartfelt and otherwise to say. I don't. All right, let's get into these Wi-Files. Why are you dancing?
Because the Gremlins is coming out with a show on Max, and I can't wait.
The Gremlins, show?
Yeah. An animated show, I think.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like they were doing a live action Gremlins.
No.
I was like, how would that even work? Okay. I don't know. Tyler Perry's ruined stuff for me. I never know what they're coming up. I never know what they're coming up with. Lee Daniels, too. They had Glenn Close talk about, I can smell your nappy pussy. I don't know what's on TV.
Child, I was done.
All right, we'll be back.
Let's talk about conversion therapy. Quotations around the word therapy because that's a cover name for indoctrination and abuse. Conversion therapy is a list of practices that are implemented with the goal of changing somebody's sexuality or gender identity so that they become straight or cisgender. Methods for conversion therapy range all the way from shaming, coaching, coercion, all the way to exorcisms. What shouldn't be surprising to anyone is that 81% of conversion programs are led by religious organizations. Nearly every public health organization has condemned conversion therapy and the idea of changing someone's orientation. And I just want y'all to guess how much they estimate that taxpayers spend on conversion therapy annually. You're wrong unless you said $9 billion. As an agnostic lesbian that pays taxes, I'm contributing to the torture of queer people. Woo, America! So to all the people telling me that it's not about shame, it's about abandoning the flesh to live for Jesus. I grew up in the church. I understand the idea behind the ex-gay movement. It's just dangerous and absurd.
Why do you have roaches?
The Why File.
Why do my children hate me?
On WRTR Real Talk Radio.
Why did my vagina burn?
The truth is out there.
Explaining the unexplained. We're answering your why to the questions you want to know by taking your tweets at WRTR Radio. We take your emails at WRTRradio@gmail.com and your Facebook messages over on our Facebook page, WRTR Real Talk Radio. This is the Wi-Files. Remember, the truth is out there. We certainly are probably not going to answer it for you.
I have a why.
Wow ones.
I have
what
a why. off the top. Why are people fighting in my hallway? Why y'all can't take that shit in your house?
Wait, right now?
Just a few minutes ago. Right before the last segment, they was fighting in the hallway. Why y'all being so loud and trifling and ratchet?
Wait, what they were saying? What was they saying?
I don't know. I heard bitch a couple times. I heard motherfucker a couple times.
I don't know, because Tony was, Tigger Man was telling me that, all the stuff that was going on in his apartment building on the podcast, remember?
Yeah. I can't do the apartment thing no more because I'm tired. The wall's too thin. I hear everybody's business. One time y'all arguing, next time I can hear all y'all freaky shit y'all got going on in the background. I'm buying a house. Because this is too much. It's too much.
Well, I live in Baltimore, so I'm not allowed to say what's going on in my apartment buildings and such. Anyway, yeah.
Why?
All right.
Because the truth is out there.
It's right outside your door.
Period.
Ring that bitch open and start screaming. Y'all need to take that motherfucking shit out of the house. There's your truth. All right, this one comes from Felix from California. Didn't specify where. Felix says, why do we feel a stronger connection to fictional characters than some people in our own lives? Because I believe that fictional characters represent imagination. And with imagination, you can twist it, you can shift it, you can mold it into what you want it to be, and still end up with that same result. With people, we often try to imagine them as the people that we want them to be. And we shift and try to mold and try to imagine them into this person that they are not. And when we discover that they are not actually that person, we're disappointed. Often.
That's why you got to stop having such high expectations of people, because guess what? People are people.
People be people and life be life.
And, nobody is perfect. Somebody's going to do something to piss you off or let you down. So you don't keep that high expectation of people and think that everything's going to go your way. They're going to do the right things, say the right things, this, that, and the third. You won't be disappointed because that's not how life works, baby doll.
Yeah. And that's deep though. Why do we feel a stronger connection to fictional characters than some people in our own lives? That was a good one. I like that one. Y'all send more ones like that. Not why my baby mama take me for child support just because I called a nigga once every 5 months. Like, what?
I got one.
All right, what you got?
Why I would have fainted if I would have seen that big ass snake.
Oh, you talking about the snake on the... Oh.
Baby!
Okay. So for those of y'all that don't know, I posted this picture the other day of my mom. So I guess they opened up the basement door at my mom's house, and that motherfucker was on there. It's on my page at Marcus Smoot. Just take a gander. That snake was huge.
That nigga was big, okay?
That was huge. To be at the basement door, too? My mama talk about, Marcus, why don't you come over and visit more? Are you kidding me? Girl, what?
You got anaconda at your house, baby girl, no. And who killed it? Your dad killed it?
Yes.
How he kill it?
I did
so far
not ask.
Because ain't no way.
Oh, there was no guns used. Yeah, my family is from West Virginia. Come on, this is what they do.
He stomped on it?
Probably. And my father.
So I looked that thing up, and isn't it poisonous a little bit? Wasn't he scared?
It's not poisonous to us. It's venomous, but it's not poison. Or it's poisonous. No, it's venomous, but not poisonous. Some shit like that. Basically, to where it don't pose us a threat, like to our lives. But the fact that it was there and that large and does not pay bills is a threat. You know what I'm saying?
To my life, because I would have had a heart attack and died.
That snake was huge, and Listen, they always be having Disney movies over there because the deers be coming in the yard. The birds, they got like hummingbird feeders and shit out there. Like, it is a nature reserve over there. So I understand why the nigga felt like he was at home. But
okay, well,
but
eviction notice.
Exactly. Like, it's time to go. Are you kidding me? Because the truth is out there again, outside of somebody else's door. Because don't know what y'all doing out here. But that wraps it up for this week's Wi-Files. Always answering you at WRTR Radio. All right, up next. News to make you nauseous. Outside your door.
I can't.
I'm taking my hair down right now. I'm really thinking, these folks is really chastising us in 2020 and 2021 for quote-unquote supporting criminals and criminal activity when it came to Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd, just for them to turn around years later and try to elect somebody as president that's a bigger criminal than everybody out of his name put together? Man, that shit crazy. Especially when you acknowledge how they sensationalized what happened to Breonna Taylor in Louisville and knowing that she ain't never been convicted of no crimes at all. You see what I'm saying? Meanwhile, the dude that looked like Franklin, what's the old white man name? I think of his name. Mitch McConnell, what I'm talking about, and he definitely do look like Franklin the Turtle. I wonder if him and his supporters is keeping that same energy about criminality and respecting the law and conforming to the law when it comes to the convicted felon, Donald Trump. Think about how many times we've been told, well, if they would have conformed to the law, they would have just abided by the law, they'll be alive today. Meanwhile, this man is bucking the law, talking shit about the FBI, the CIA, all of the policing. The same people that told us that we should just respect the law, there ain't no issue with the system. Now all of a sudden the system is what we've been saying it is. Janked up, messed up, and rigged. But not against him, though. Education is elevation.
And now,
Say what?
News to make you nauseous on WRTR Real Talk Radio. Let's go.
These are some of the stories that you might not read about in the New York Times, the Washington Post, or the Wall Street Journal. Well, you might read mine today, but it's news to make you nauseous. You ready to go?
Sure. Why not?
Go for it.
All right. This one is definitely something to make everyone nauseous. Say what, Indianapolis?
Say what?
A single mom in Indianapolis who was leaving work called an Uber for a ride home but didn't make it safely after her driver allegedly raped and murdered her. On Tuesday morning, 29-year-old Francisco Valadez was arrested and charged with murder for the gruesome killing of 30-year-old Shantae Dixon in the back of his BMW.
Oh, God.
According to the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, Valadez admitted to killing Dixon by shooting her in the left side of her head in a fit of rage. He then dumped her body near her home in a wooded area and then proceeded to have sex with her naked corpse.
Okay.
This is just disgusting all around, and it did not have to happen, said Indianapolis Metro Police Chief Chris Bailey. Mr. Valadez told two different stories as to what happened with Miss Dixon. Dixon's parents notified authorities when she didn't come home from her 3:30 a.m. work shift. Her family tracked her phone to a wooded area near her house where they discovered her lifeless body and called the police.
Jesus.
Based on what was disclosed through Uber, police were able to track down Valadez, who first told them a story about a black man shooting Dixon. He said that shot her, and then she kicked herself out of the car and he fled the scene.
There it is.
He also said that he cleaned the blood out of his car.
Wow.
This is disgusting and disturbing. No one deserves to be treated this way in our community, and I am so sorry to her family that we are here today, says Chief Chris Bailey. Prayers definitely for the Dixon family.
Wow. And blamed it on who?
Black man.
Of course.
A random black man.
That's where we are, huh?
Guess who getting a pew pew?
Wow.
Real soon. Okay, because baby.
Wow. Okay. All right. Say what? Springfield, Ohio.
Say what?
Okay, so the situation in Springfield has been nothing short of nauseating, and it serves as a powerful lesson for all of us. Okay? When folks with a platform start spreading hateful rhetoric, it's more than just talk. It can lead to like real harm in our communities. We've seen how ridiculous claims about this Asian community can spread like wildfire. And I'll say this for myself, at least. I was posting the memes and making the jokes and everything else and having fun because, I mean, that's what we do anytime that Trump opens his mouth and says something ridiculous. But do you see how all of this has spun off into all of these different things happening over in Springfield to the Asian and Black communities?
Yep.
It's crazy. And this is like, these are the dangers. This is like what we talk about when we have conversations about so-and-so and such and what they said publicly, and y'all want to come in and talk about, well, who the fuck cares? I don't give a shit. We do. Because the people that are out here, that there are people that believe and they hang on the words of celebrities and high-profile influencers and high-profile politicians, and they believe and hold on and use the words that they say to justify hateful actions.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot continue to be part of the problem. And I realized that I was doing that myself. Like, I was still sitting there making jokes. And I mean, I'm always going to make political jokes. That's just my lane. However, I see how something just simple like that can spin off into something even further. And I have family there. So I immediately held back and was like, whoa. Like, you know, wait, they're doing what? And this, that, and the third. So what the hell?
And it's just so
like
sad.
It was a self-check moment, but it was also like a, damn, this is like what we talk about. Like all of the things that the hoteps and other people that share these kind of hateful and these mentalities, the hypocrisy and all of it is just starting to show.
Mm-hmm.
If you want these and more nauseating news stories, make sure you follow us on Twitter over at WRTR Radio. I'm at MarcusSmoot, Marcus Smoot. That's like the Mickey Mouse thing. MarcusSmoot, Mickey Mouse. Okay.
Hey, I love it. Mm-hmm. And I, Miss Leg Bravado, on all social medias, where you can find me, except for the nasty platforms.
Oh no, they out here kicking out money. They need to earn paid. You know
don't nobody want to see nothing I got over here.
I don't know. All right, so up next on Real Talk, Lyric, what are we talking about?
We're talking about Colt Gray, who is I think he's 10 or 11-year-old who decided that he was going to try to shoot up his school.
Yeah.
And do we think that parents need to be charged in these matters when their kids go ape shit crazy and do shit like this?
Sure. Up next.
Can anyone explain to me why Trump saying I hate Taylor Swift is the thing that's really got his supporters riled up? They're like, this is a bridge too far. I mean, it was fine when you said immigrants were rapists and unalivers. It was fine that you defrauded everyone in each one of your businesses. It was fine that you incited an insurrection. It was fine that you mocked a disabled reporter. It was fine that you said you could grab women without their permission. It was fine that you said you moved on a married woman like a bitch. It was fine that you had an affair with Stormy Daniels and used money to cover it up during the campaign. It was fine that you were friends with Putin. It's fine that you won't say that you want Ukraine to win the war. It's fine that you said Haitians are eating cats and dogs. It's fine that you're proud to have overturned Roe v. Wade and to have been a flip-flopper on the issue. It's fine that you interfered in the election. It's fine that you asked them to find 11,000 votes out of nowhere. It's fine that you had people storm the Capitol. It's fine that you hired your entire family to work with you when you were president. It's fine that you were best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. It's fine that you said that the White House is going to smell like curry if Kamala gets elected. Yeah, right? It's fine that you stacked the Supreme Court with conservative justices. It's fine that you ran on the premise that you would build a wall and Mexico would pay for it, but they didn't. It's fine that you told the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by. It's fine that you claim there is such thing as post-birth abortions. It was fine after Charlottesville that you said there were very fine people on both sides, even though there were Yahtzees there. It was fine when you took top secret documents and just kept them in your bathroom and garage at Mar-a-Lago and then refused to give them back. It's fine that you're a convicted felon on 34 counts. It's fine that you continue to pretend that you won the last election. It's fine if you talk about Hannibal Lecter every time you have a rally, or even at the RNC, and that you think he's a real person. It's fine that you cozy up to Putin and Kim Jong-un. It's fine that the only character reference you can think of is the president of Hungary. Oh, and Sean Hannity. It's fine that you've been endorsed by the KKK. It's fine that you were found guilty of assaulting Eugene Carroll. It's fine that you have dementia. It's fine that you killed the border deal to help your own campaign. It's fine that you called Netanyahu and told him not to take a ceasefire deal while you weren't president. It's fine that you're saying the Harris administration wants to do transgender operations on illegal aliens in jail. It's fine that you're telling people that teachers can do an operation on your child while they're at school and they'll come home a different gender. It's fine that you're clearly tied to Project 2025. It's fine that you're a fake Christian and everyone knows it. It was fine that you used Arlington Cemetery for a publicity stunt and stood on the graves of fallen soldiers while giving a thumbs up. It's totally fine that you called our war heroes suckers and losers, or said that you didn't like John McCain because he got captured. It's fine that you got out of being in the service yourself by saying you had bone spurs. It's totally fine that you stole from a children's cancer charity. It's fine that you called your daughter a piece of ass. It's fine to call Kamala Harris a Marxist. It's fine to hate more than half the country just because they don't like you. It's fine that you're an incoherent dumb fuck who doesn't ever talk about people and what we need, but only talks about himself. But what isn't fine is tweeting, "I hate Taylor Swift." Because that makes you look like a 13-year-old girl. Now his supporters are embarrassed. Now he's taken it too far. They're begging him to take the post down. The rest of it is fine. Just take the post down. You can't just say, "I hate Taylor Swift." You can do all the other stuff. And we'll support you no matter what. In fact, we're still supporting you. We just really want you to take that post down. Because it makes you look like a little girl. God knows, being a girl is the worst thing you could be.
Keeping it 100. It's Real Talk. On WRTR, Real Talk Radio. We keep it real.
What up? We back. All right, it's Real Talk time. So today, we're kind of tackling a heated debate. This guy, like, everybody's talking. So should parents be charged for the crimes their kids commit if they're under the age of 18? This question hits home, especially when it comes to cases like Colt Gray from Georgia. He got basically caught up in some serious trouble, and it's making folks wonder, where does parental responsibility fall, on the child or on the parents?
Both. And I'm sorry, I need to correct myself. He's actually 14. Not that it matters, because you're still a child, but absolutely charge them parents. Because why aren't you that involved? I'm not saying that you know what your kids are doing 24/7, but you should know, like, there are signs. Check on your kids. Start doing stuff like that. Yeah, y'all just let social media and technology raise y'all kids.
You really do.
Are y'all checking these phones randomly?
Nope. Certainly not, because Drake be texting them.
Because I do random checks. I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to do it so you can try to delete the evidence. No. I'm going to just, let me see your phone real quick, randomly. Yeah. You know.
That, you make a good point, because there are people out here, they aren't parenting these children. And these children are out here doing heinous things. And for the ones that are parenting, are you doing a good job? Because it is not reflective in your child that just went out and murdered everybody.
No.
It's not. You guys are bad parents. There are bad children, but you guys are bad. Well, actually, there are no bad children. You guys are just bad at parenting them. That's it. Because at the end of the day, they're going to do what they do. I get it. They do.
You're not correcting them properly, and they're just doing what you have allowed them to do.
Yep. It really is.
Which is even worse, because then they grow into becoming asshole fucking adults and repeating the same disgusting cycle. It starts at home. I cannot stress this enough. I've always said it, and I'm going to be very adamant in it. It starts at home. If you are not parenting your child properly, they're going to grow into a dysfunctional adult.
Really?
Wrecking havoc amongst us.
Really?
And it's not cool. So yes, I am in absolute agreement with charging these parents as well.
Parents need to be charged. It's right there. These parents need to be charged. They need to take responsibility for their kids. You got these kids out here that whatever, just look at these little Trump supporter kids too. They even worse. But just this kid, I just look at all the stuff that unfolded. Did you see where the mother called the school and was like, hey, he on his way up there. May want to die. Exactly.
Did you know also, and this is where I had a real problem with this. Did you know he was known to the FBI before this shit happened?
Do tell.
So this plot was already known. Like, he's already been doing stuff to catch the FBI's eye.
Oh, wow.
And y'all still just let this shit unfold like that?
Wow.
Throw their ass in the fucking jail cell with them. Period.
But this is what Republicans want. This is what they want. They want your child, and his father bought him the gun. He bought him the gun. This is what y'all want. You want your children to have access to shit. You want these loose cannons out here with the firepower to do so. Like, it's crazy. Jesus Christ. I don't know what else to say. Should they be charged? Absolutely.
Yep.
They should.
Yep.
First and foremost, you got J.D. Vance's dumbass out here talking about, oh, well, I mean, parents of those y'all want underage children to be able to have votes that their parents control until they're 18, but you want to absolve them of responsibility of the actual child? No.
Let me tell you what the dad said.
Oh, God.
He said that his son was struggling with their parents' separation and got picked on at school. He's tried to justify this by saying he knows the seriousness of weapons and what they can do and how to use them and not to use them. But he said that he became flustered under pressure and was not really thinking straight. I didn't want him to fight anybody, but they kept pinching him. Notice he said pinching, not punching.
Oh.
Pinching him and touching him.
Pinching? You killed a bunch of people because they pinched you and called you bad names?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not here for the bullying and all that, but still, I feel like there were other coping. And did you see how they was trying to blame the black man guidance counselor? 2 days into the school year? 2 days! And you blaming the black counselor because black.
That motherfucker was already crazy batshit out of hell before he even got to that goddamn school. What is you talking about? They always don't get me started. That's a whole nother conversation. He ain't have nothing to do with that. As you can see, the FBI already had their eye on his ass. So what the fuck he have to do with anything?
This is crazy. This is the fucking world we live in, yo. This is where we live. Like, this is happening right now in America. Every day. We just walk out, just a mass shooting. Just cause. And you have the conservatives. Just, oh my God. It's so much. Like, my brain hurts. just processing all of this from day to day, just waking up, reading, what is it now? Or to hear about, all of a sudden my phone just starts going off in the day with news headlines about another shooting. And this time it's here and then next time it's there. Like, it's crazy.
If they had as many restrictions on guns that they do on women's ability to get an abortion, we'd be in a way fucking better place.
Wouldn't we? Because y'all want to police that. You want to police bodies, but not people.
Right. Make it make sense.
And I don't mean police black people, because we are over policed.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying we ain't getting all that. Y'all know what I mean.
So,
anyway,
it's okay for a black woman who suffered a miscarriage, didn't complete the miscarriage all the way after taking the abortion pill, and this happened in Georgia.
Yeah.
She's a mom going to nursing school, by the way.
Mm.
It's okay for her to let her sit in the hospital for 20 hours in agony and then have her die because the doctors did not want to perform a simple D&C on her that could have saved her fucking life.
Yep.
But we got parents out here who can buy a firearm for a 14-year-old kid knowing that he's up to no good by the FBI and is allowed to kill 4 innocent fucking people. Make it make sense.
It doesn't. But
And
this
it
is where we
never
live. It won't.
I'm sick of it.
But did you see, speaking of which, did you see Kamala's interview with the black journalists?
I did not, actually.
So I saw little snippets right before we jumped on. But basically, she was talking about how it is in the state of the world and how we just need to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
It will be very interesting to see if her actions reflect her words.
I hope so.
Me too.
Because, man, we need a change, and we need one now.
We really do.
The way that this world is going, we going to hell in a handbasket.
I can't take
draws.
it. I was trying to end on a funny note, but there's just nothing even funny about it. There's not. Did you see that video of that girl that I posted that was she's pregnant by her cousin?
I liked it so I could go back to it and watch it. Because I was like, excuse the fuck out of me. Like, y'all ain't tired yet. Y'all just doing anything now. Y'all just saying anything, doing anything, allowing anything. Like, it's just a free for all. I mean, good grief. Be all that you can be. Just don't be fucking stupid and shit out here in these streets. Like, good grief. Like, y'all
They don't know how.
I can't.
They don't know how.
If I read one more fucking story about how I fucked the neighbor's dog, or I did this, that, and the third with my cousin.
Wait, what algorithm are you on?
I slept with my pastor's wife, or whatever the case may be. Like, all these fucking stories is just coming out of the woodworks. It's wild to me.
Them sound like if it were lyric letters.
Man.
Everybody keeps commenting on my videos, so I guess I'll be explaining how I got pregnant with my cousin. So this happened about 7 months ago. We had went to our other cousin's house. We was all just chilling, having a good time, playing card games. And my cousin was drinking. I was not drinking, but my cousin was drinking. She already know he was lit. And one of the games we was playing was Truth or Dare. And they dared me and my cousin to kiss. We kissed. Cousins kiss. It's normal. Let's normalize that. It's normal. Then the next time, it was for a truth. So someone asked me, did I have feelings for my cousin? I told them yes, because it's true. Everybody has grown up and had a crush on their cousin. Everyone has had a thing for their cousin. They've liked their cousin. That's normal. Get over it. One thing led to another, and next thing I know, we were in the room, and we started doing things together, and he asked me to get a plan B because he said that our family would not be supportive of it because we are cousins. But I told him I wasn't finna get a plan B because why would I get a plan B whenever I've secretly wanted to have this baby with my cousin? So woke up the next morning, he was telling me to get a plan B. I didn't want to get no plan B because who's gonna get a plan B? Not me. So I lied to him, told him I was gonna get the plan B, and he cashed out me the money for it. He cashed out me $50 for the plan B, and I told him that I got it even though I didn't get it. I just lied just to get the money. So once I got the money, I went to the store, bought 3 pregnancy tests. I waited about 2 weeks because I started feeling sick. I started throwing up. Took the pregnancy test, came back positive, and from then on I was pregnant. And my cousin claims that he is not going to be in the baby's life. He doesn't want my family to know. He doesn't want his family to know. He doesn't want none of our family to know. And I really don't care. I'm going to honestly put him on child support if he thinks that he's going to walk away from this baby that we had together. And then he wants to say he was drunk, so he didn't know. Girl, I don't care how drunk someone gets. I don't care how turned up someone gets. How can you not know what you did with your own cousin? Like, to me, that's weird. So, yeah, he's going to be put on child support, and it is what it is. And I'm tired of people commenting saying, is this real? Is this real? Is it fake? Is it fake? What I look like faking something like that? So, yeah, that is my family drama as of this moment. It is what it is. I really don't care what nobody says. I'm going to have this baby. And, yeah, I have not told my fiance about it yet.
So, after that video, Lyric, how you feel?
First of all, I beg your fucking pardon, bitch. What are you talking about? Let's normalize cousins be kissing and fucking. No, the fuck they don't. No, the fuck they don't. I don't know where you get this idea from where we gotta normalize some fuck shit. But let's not do that. Let's keep that shit on your side because obviously, bitch, you were raised weird. We don't do shit like that. And no, I'm not going to say that, yeah, it's okay because it's not okay. Bitch, you're not okay. What are you talking about? You've been wanting to have your cousin's baby. Are you? Okay. I swear to God, I am so dumb. That's why I say I can't stand people. People are fucking disgusting. Why is this allowed? Why is this allowed?
Everybody. She said everybody is attracted. Everybody is attracted to their cousin. No.
Stone her.
No.
Bring that biblical shit back. Let's stone her ass. What the fuck is you talking about?
Let's not go that far.
Take a plan B, and you said no, and you used the money for other shit. You wanted to have your cousin's baby this whole time, and you got a fiance. Girl, you better be careful because you're playing with fire.
Are you gonna follow the story? Are you gonna follow the story on TikTok?
I'm gonna have to now because I want to see if the fiance choked this bitch out.
Oh my God, this will be used to make you nauseous next week.
In reality, it's not a joke. I'm not, advocating for domestic violence.
No, not at all.
However,
oh hell,
you putting yourself in these dumbass situations to have shit done to you, bitch, and you making videos about it. What the fuck is wrong with you, young? And you have a fucking fiance. He's child. Don't even get you can't get no abortion. Can't get no abortion around here.
Oh my God.
Child.
I forgot all about that just that quick. That's the truth. You can't get in the... Oh, wow. See, now it's less funny because now, wow, this is going to be an actual person that...
Yeah. You just fucked your whole family up, bitch.
You just fucked me up for laughing at it, too, because I was just thinking.
Your auntie's going to fuck you around.
Damn it.
Your uncle's going to fuck him up. It's just a family travesty, what you have caused, because you want to have your cousin's baby.
You think she trolling now?
I don't know, because a lot of times these people be putting on these fake story times for views, and they do be entertaining as fuck. However, me knowing what I know, like I said, there is a couple that lives in Alexandria who are brother and sister and are in a full-fledged relationship, and they know their brother and sister.
This is insane.
Things like this fucking happen in real life. So
I want to know who these people are. You got to tag me in some of their stuff, at least on the low. So, you know.
I will let you know off air where I got this information from. And I did meet the girl, so I know that it's true. So
well, how did that conversation go?
I didn't have no conversation with her. This was years ago. This was even before they had babies with each other. Yeah. Wow. Then she tried to get smart with me online, so I let her motherfucking ass have it. Shut the fuck up, brother fucker. Oh yeah. Because
there's a word for that.
Who you talking to like that? You fuck your Ken. You're beneath me, bitch. You your brother. Get the fuck out of here. So
I don't know what to say to that. Okay, so yeah. I mean, okay. Anyway, so that wraps up this week's WRTR Real Talk Radio. Miss Lyric, you gotta say anything to the people before we get out of here?
Stop fucking your family.
I don't think that that's happening on a wide scale. I think that this is
listen.
These might be isolated incidents.
You need to hear it. Stop fucking your family here, right now.
See y'all next week. Yeah.
WRTR Real Talk Radio.
This week's show features talents from TikTok creators Chris the Author, I Am Lonnie B, Cavell Kavan, Goddess Mia, The Conscious Lee, and Oceana Lane, using our platform to amplify your voices.